Coming to you from the historic Hart Building in Marysville, California, in Studio 93, in the Tank with Fish, with your host, Bob Fischetti.
Well, welcome to another adventure. We go on an adventure every time here in the tank with Fish and the Minnow. So appreciative. And we were just kind of talking before the show about you had a busy week.
I did.
You don't have a week that's not busy.
No, and I took a couple days off of the bakery, but even then, like, there's never a downtime. I'm still busy. There's momming and life, and God forbid I think about doing a house project.
I'm a little worried because I still think we should do the big bread building.
Yeah, I know. When am I going to fit it in?
It's like if it's a struggle now, you're going to be like your boys. How old is the oldest one?
He just turned 15.
Okay, so he is an employee.
He is an employee, and so he can't wait till he's driving. Then he's going to need a big bread building delivery truck.
Oh, I like it.
And then, he can't wait till he's driving. He's like, I will run all your errands for you, Mom. So now he's like 6 months away from being able to get his permit, I think.
So I have a stick. I bought a little truck with a stick.
Yeah.
So I could teach my grandson, who just turned 15, how to drive a stick. Because they need to know that.
I think everyone does. I was just having this conversation the other day with a friend. It's like every child should know how to drive a stick. There's no reason not to. And, my kids are like, I want an automatic, Mom. Well, that's fine. But if there's ever an emergency, you need to at least know how to drive it.
Yeah.
And I think they'll really like it once they get the hang of it. I grew up driving a manual.
If you haven't had to push your car and pop the clutch, jump
exactly.
in, pop
Are you
the clutch,
even living?
You have no idea.
Are you even living? Yeah. Or if you put it in neutral and forgot to set the brake, are you living? Yeah.
So I have a teach the boys a lesson for Kelly today.
Oh, to tell.
Yep. Totally male. I'm warning you in advance.
Okay.
I might do a little.
I was going to say, here comes the man spreading.
Because I'm getting ready to do it. Okay.
Yes.
So you see this?
Yes.
Okay.
I was wondering what those were doing sitting here.
So slip this on.
Okay. Forwards or backwards?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Now, tell me what color that hat is.
Salmon.
She totally messed.
Pink? I don't know.
Yes, okay. Now
it's salmon.
Now give it to me. Give me that. Okay. Now what color is it?
Like salmon.
Exactly. When you wear it, it's pink. When I wear it, it's
salmon because you're fish.
Okay, so do this.
Man. Okay.
All right. What color's your hat?
Pink.
What color's my hat?
Salmon.
Okay, here, give me your hat. What color's your hat?
Pink.
What color's my hat?
Salmon.
That's it.
Look, I'm a fast learner.
Tell your boys, watch this video, right?
This is pink, this is salmon. That's funny. I do like the color of these.
You can have that hat. Keep that hat.
Thank you.
That's so you.
That totally
is. So
is.
not me.
Why? It actually looks great on you. And it tones down the flamingos on your shirt.
Folks, we all need a little toning down of the flamingos.
Of the flamingos.
So I want to start a trend.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's all go back to Hawaiian shirts.
All right.
They're comfy.
Who is wearing one today? Kurt's not wearing one.
Kurt's
he never
got one.
does.
No, not Kurt.
But you don't.
Kurt needs a Hawaiian shirt.
He needs a Hawaiian shirt.
He's got one that's got the
He has five.
Five
He could wear
Hawaiian
one every day.
He's like in.
Man.
Yeah.
Unlike you, who has 15.
I do now.
Yeah, I know. Patty's ordered you one in every print.
I almost ordered the salmon. I was going to wear the salmon one today.
What? You didn't?
I didn't because our guest is a male. It's an ego thing. I'm sure. It's got to be.
I'm telling you. You have bright pink flamingos. Salmon is a tone down from that.
So we talked off air about one of the new product offers, possibly from Bear Creek.
Yes.
And that is top ramen noodles.
We have to call it something else, though. We have to call it like top shelf ramen or at least something. So it doesn't sound, it's not going to be 25 cents.
No. Healthy ramen.
Healthy ramen. We were talking, we could I can make sourdough pasta, sourdough noodles, and then, bone broth. It might be a huge hit. I don't know. I want to open someday a grilled cheese shop, like our bread and just grilled cheese sandwiches and like, a soup that changes every day, but like super basic comfort food, salads in the summer.
Me very much.
Why? You don't like grilled cheese?
No, I don't like goat cheese. No.
No, not goat cheese, grilled cheese.
Oh,
Is
grilled
this thing
cheese.
on?
Hang on. and so no, but give me government cheese, baby. Government cheese.
I grew up on government
cheese.
Yeah, it makes amazing grilled cheese.
I don't even know if it's real cheese. I think it is.
It is.
Yeah. So
it's not the American cheese, which is not real. If it's plastic wrapped, it's not. Yeah. No, government cheese is good.
But I also I like Swiss. Provolone.
That's right. I forgot we're not friends anymore because you like Swiss is your favorite. And it's my
fill the
least
holes.
favorite. Okay, that's better. Fill them with cheddar.
Fill them with cheddar.
Maybe we can be friends.
Cheddar, pepper
little
jack,
hole punches.
All right. Well, listen. We just kind of wanted to let you know how our week's been. We hope your week's been really great. And we have an opportunity. Got a great guest coming on.
We do.
Kelly has known this gentleman forever. I've met him on and off, but really don't know him. Appreciate what he does.
Yeah.
Besides being a businessman, I appreciate what he does. He's definitely
in the community.
lover.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So stay with us. We'll be right back. And feel free to order from us either a salmon or a pink hat. We can make it work for you, right? And then you could be teaching your children valuable lessons in color. We'll be right back. 93Q Radio was an opportunity for what's called an LPFM to give the community a voice.
The big part of what's happening here is it's us. It's the community of us.
The work that Mr. Fischetti has done with us to promote public education has been absolutely groundbreaking.
They have the pulse of our community from the nonprofits to the local governments. If you want to find out what's happening in our community, get on board with 93Q.
And 93Q does so much to help our community, helps us promote our local events, as well as local businesses, and tell our story about what we do here in Yuba Sutter.
The folks that work here, they're part of our community, so they understand our needs, and that's important.
Local radio is so important during times of emergency. They're there. We lean on them to provide information to our public.
My wife and I are glad to support 93Q. We're going to do it on a monthly basis, but I really recommend that if you want to make your community better, this is a great place to take a first step right here.
So if you can, reach deep into your pocket and give to 93Q.
93Q is a great partner for law enforcement, and they're a great partner for the Yuba Sutter area.
We're really asking people if you can give $10, $15, $20 a month, and then that enables us to continue to put small business spots on the air, nonprofits, organizations that they're using every dollar they got just to operate, and they don't have extra money to spend on really promoting their cause. And that is why community radio, to me, I'm grateful to be part of it, and that's why it's important.
Welcome back. We have on, I didn't say it, to In the Tank with Fish and the Minnow. And we have on...
and the big guppy.
Yeah, and we have on my favorite guppy, Jim King.
Hey. That is not my new nickname.
I don't want that to stick.
Right?
You said it,
and
you heard it here first. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, friend.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well. Today's Tuesday, 420 Stoner Day at my pizza bar. Yeah.
Oh.
We were just talking about
it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Fish always wants to know the same question.
Okay.
Where did you grow up?
Yeah.
Where did Jim King
Where's little Jimmy come from?
start?
That's what we want to know.
Wow. Born in Long Beach, California.
Oh.
That's all.
It
That's all I know.
makes sense.
Right.
Okay.
And then basically grew up in San Diego. Dad was a Navy SEAL, stationed there, and we arrived there probably when I was in second grade or so. Yeah. So that's why I grew up in San Diego.
Was he career?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
As I say, once you
Yeah,
work
yeah.
that hard to get in one of those, you're not
You're
jumping.
not
Yeah.
going anywhere.
You're not jumping ship.
No.
Had to say it.
No, he went through the ranks for sure. For sure.
So did you end up going in?
I went into the Air Force.
Oh,
And that's how I came up here to Yuba City.
to
Yeah.
Beale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
We
got-
were talking, and you were saying, tell the story about how you remember driving here.
Yeah, so I'm driving up in a 1972 Datsun pickup truck, no air condition. In July, it's like July 8th or something like that, and 105, 8 degrees. And I was trying to find Beale Air Force Base, and that's before just old Lincoln was there back in the day, no Roseville.
Oh, yeah,
nothing,
yeah,
zero,
yeah.
nothing. And I'm in the middle of nowhere. And I thought I was up in the mountains, like to the map that I had, the Raglan Mountain
His paper map.
I go, oh, Tahoe's right there. I go, yeah.
You thought you were going to
"God, this is
Tahoe."
not what I was thinking. And
Yeah, it's a flat.
I'm just driving, and I'm, I just got out of basic training in tech school, so, no striper and stuff, and you're kind of
Yeah.
scared, and all I know is I had to put on my dress blue uniform. So I pulled over on the side of 65 and got dressed in my full uniform, tie on. I'm sweating, dying, and I find the gate, Wheatland Gate, and I reported, and the guy's all, "Oh, you just need to relax. Take that off. Take that off."
Yeah. When you first get in
I
there
was
like
all
that, you're like,
hyperventilating. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know a soul. And my first job was cleaning out bird poop in the hangars. Yeah.
That's
Next
exciting.
day. Yeah. Right away.
what was your AFSC? What were you supposed to be doing?
Tankers in the U2 SR program. SR was active back then. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I got to stand my last 3 or 4 months. My job was bringing equipment out to the SR on takeoff. That was cool.
Yeah.
Batmobile just blowing 30-yard twin blue flames out, and I was like,
That's
"This is so cool." Yeah,
Living the dream at that point, huh?
living the dream. Yeah. But I stayed in this town through tennis. Pete Torres and Dan Wong, they were my counselors at Yuba College. I walked in and open arms at Yuba College, and I said I wanted to continue. I was a tennis player in San Diego, and got connected to the tennis team.
Wow.
And met some really good people, Dan Little, and a whole bunch of, that year, a bunch of college kids from all around the world came in at the same time.
Wow.
From Japan, Germany, Oliver from Germany, Giuseppe from Italy, me from San Diego. So Yuba College went dead last in the state to 19th in the state, just like that.
Wow.
Yeah. And everybody's like, who's Yuba City? Anyway, so I got connected to the racket club,
On the map.
racket club back then, and started teaching tennis. And with Judy Jacoby, who started the racket club, and Greg South, and a whole bunch of people. And I just kind of stayed.
You stayed here. What? So
Yeah.
did you just do your 4 years and get out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was always my plan.
So did you do your whole time at Beale?
Correct.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Went to Korea for 3 months. Swapped out SR over Allison Air Force Base. 40 below zero.
Oh, yeah.
5 days, 4 days in a row. Yeah, it was miserable, but so fun. Middle of nowhere.
I was security forces. The big threat with us is you're going to Minot.
Right. Why not, right?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to be in a missile silo.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I got out and went to Chico State. And never expected to come back to Yuba City. And then,
Yeah. Everyone says that.
right, and then...
there's such a hook here.
Well, I lived at Rancho Cortez for a few months when I got out to teach tennis camps and stuff like that. And then they just kept calling me back to teach. And that was the first full-time employee that was hired there.
Wow.
And they offered me a position, and I just stayed and grew tennis through there. And that was my hook in Yuba City
How long did you do tennis?
for a long time. I started there in 1980. Basically, it was an Air Force. So I was
Okay.
full-time student, full-time tennis team, full-time employee, and I slept at mid shift at night, as long as you told them where you're at. Because, yeah, sorry, a couple times they couldn't find me, so I was passed out somewhere. Yeah, like...
In my job, they took stripes for that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, if they don't like you, then your stripes go. But, yeah, a few times they couldn't find me, and of course, when you wake up, first you think that they're just the first time they're calling you. Oh no, they've been looking at you for 3 hours. So, but yeah, so we used to sleep on the SR at night and jump off when the crew comes in. And
Go to work.
Go to work, yeah.
Or school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
both.
yeah. No sleep back then. But that's what a good college student does.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
sleep. Yeah, stays up way
Pulled
too
all
late.
night.
And they eat top ramen.
And they eat top
Usually
ramen.
they-
Yeah,
They're
it's true.
surviving on top
I just don't
ramen.
drink too much coffee
Yeah.
before a midterm or something. It just doesn't work.
So you
Yeah.
were hooked. So
Oh
you
yeah,
went
so
to
Chico was awesome. Came back and jumped in the tennis director at the racket club, and for many years, 20, almost high 20s, 30 years.
Wow.
Brought a lot of stuff in town, a lot of great tennis tournaments, Challenger Series, $125,000
Wow.
purses, and a lot of great support in this community with the Morrison family, the John Cassidy at Sierra.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I mean, those two, and Kurt Hilber's family, and we just had a great time back then.
Yeah.
You know, it's brought in world-class players, players that have gotten to number one in the world in doubles, came through here at this town. This is all back in the early 2000s, and a lot of singles players got top 20 in the world that came through as they're starting their careers as well.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you catch them as they come through.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we don't really recognize that. For a while, we were doing just on the radio, not filming at Yuba City High School's baseball team.
Yeah.
So we'd announce the games, and people like to listen to that, right?
Yep.
And so I'm standing there one day, and they got a big sign up there of everybody that's hit the majors are minors from Yuba City High School, and
Yeah.
I was like, does anybody know about this?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I'm
cool.
like, what? And
Yeah.
so now you're telling me tennis was the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
There was a lot of people
Yeah.
came through, and that's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Billie Jean King.
No, but my last name's King, and I used her name. I actually did use her name to my benefit one day. The Capitals were playing tennis, and we had a box. John Cassidy's Sarah Sons of Creighton had a box,
Yeah.
and he was up there announcing the match, and he said, "Hey, go sit down in our box here." So we go down there, and this security guard's there, and he said, "Hey, this is reserved for the King family." I didn't miss a beat. I just pulled out my wallet and let him infer what he needed to infer.
Get out of this.
Yeah.
What you
Mr.
want.
King, yeah, come on in. And so, but the risk was that she was coming. See, I would have
who's
been.
this guy?
Yeah. So, but she did. She sat up top with her people, and I was able to.
You don't remember me, cousin Jim? I don't.
Oh, I would
understand.
definitely. I would have gone
You
that
would have
route.
played
I think
that
it would.
up, yeah.
I think it would have been. I think it would have been. She would have been cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second cousin, twice removed. Yeah.
Billy.
Jimmy.
keep mentioning names till one hits. Sybil. Oh, you're related to.
Right. Well, I learned a long
Totally.
time ago. If you just act like you belong,
Yeah.
typically you belong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So are you still connected with tennis at all, or with sports at all?
bit,
Where,
So I did coach Sutter High School back in
Oh,
the day
okay.
when Scott Turner first came in. He hired me while I was in the Air Force to coach 2 seasons out there, and I coached Yuba City High School for 7 years. We won 5
Wow.
championships. Same time when the Stassies was there. So
Ah.
while they were winning theirs, we were winning ours. Our
that's
biggest
cool.
wins were against Granite Bay. They were 62-0 and knocked them off.
wow.
And that was twice. Yeah, not just once, twice. And I got some good phone calls from Brad McIntyre about our celebrations and stuff. And yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, so
you
we had
never
some
know.
great.
I would have never picked him for tennis.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'd have said.
There's
so.
a lot of things you
I
want
said
to
so. So were you offensive or defensive line? I mean,
Yeah.
that would have
You would
been
have thought
like,
I
football.
was defensive line. So my high school team, our claim to fame was we had the number 1 passing offense in 1982. And our quarterback won the MVP in the Rose Bowl 4 years
Wow.
later for Arizona State, Jeff Vanderopoulos. So we had a very high-powered offense, unstoppable. Just didn't have, we kind of emulated the Chargers.
yeah.
Great passing. Defense was kind of, you know, but San Diego always has some great football teams.
You know, my wife's folks were, he moved to San Diego. He ran the shipyards in San Francisco. And then to get a promotion, he had moved to San Diego. I mean, nothing got fixed on the ship that he didn't sign on, you know. And so they lived down there. And you know, when I'd come out to California, right, because I came here from overseas and then discharged at McClellan. And we'd go to San Diego, and I was like, okay, this is California.
Right.
I mean, I don't care. Because I lived in L.A. right before I got drafted. Well, I enlisted, so that's how I ended up in the airports. But it was like, I get to San Diego, and I'm like, oh, I'm manspreading.
Yes,
you know?
I know.
Right.
I see you in your element over there.
And I'm like, San Diego. And it's still that way. There's something about San Diego that makes it different.
Yes.
And a good different. I mean, weather, they totally redid downtown.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff. The zoo, SeaWorld.
Yeah, and back in the day, the
Imperial
sea
Beach.
was free.
The yacht races. I mean, it's like...
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to do down there, for sure. But, you know, like coming up here, this town really, I felt way more connected, you know.
This is
to a
more
small
Midwest
town.
feel, and I think it's because of the agriculture.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Much more,
sure.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because you came here, you didn't know anybody.
Wow.
Not a soul.
Not a soul.
Yeah. And you
No,
have
but
built
that's,
this.
I was kind of excited, and you know, you get excited. Who am I
You
going to
get to
meet?
decide, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's
Who
just-
were you? Did you come here as Jim or Jimmy?
Oh, Jim, for sure. People have recently just started calling me Jimmy. Maybe since I came out with the Jimmy El Rey pizza.
That's funny.
But not Jimbo or Guppy. No.
Yeah, Guppy's not happening.
Guppy.
You had to come up with something like shark. It's
Right.
like...
Well, my nickname in high school was Kingfisher.
Oh,
So the fish
Kingfisher.
there.
Yeah.
Always fishing, poaching back in the day. Yeah, a lot of lakes in San Diego.
There's a
that
statute of
you
limitations
sneak
over
in,
on
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, back in the day you can get away with so much stuff. Like we didn't even have a boat rental in high school. You had to rent boats because we didn't have a boat. And my friend Chongo, he's like, okay, I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. I go, what are we gonna do? We have no boat. He goes, just follow me. I'm not gonna tell you the last second because I don't want you blowing it. I'm like, okay, so we're in line. We're just high school kids, 10th, 11th grade. And we're like third from line. We have no reservations, tons of people. And he's all, okay, my last name's Smith, yours is Jones. I'm like, okay. He goes, if I can't get in, then you're Jones. So he goes up there and name, he goes, Smith. Mark, he goes, yes.
Mark is back there.
Yeah, Mark is back there. So we got his boat, whoever that person was. And my last name was
Sorry,
Jones.
Mark Smith.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can get away with things back then a lot easier than today.
So I want to know how you transitioned from tennis to pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, so my hip went out when I was teaching tennis. Just one day I was teaching lessons with Antonio De La Torre, and he drop shot at me. I come running in, and I pulled up, and my leg just went south. And I thought it was a groin pull for like 3 months. And Paul Shank, at the time, he saw me limping and asked me why. And I told him, I pulled my groin muscle, it won't heal. And he said, oh, no, that's your hip.
Wow.
And I went, what? So I went and got checked out, bone on bone, and the next 2 years I had to continue trying to make a living teaching and coaching and grinding, and it was really painful. So I finally convinced the doctors to get me a hip replacement, so full hip replacement. So then kind of slowly started to think about a change, and I was Garth Larrigan and Ken Skyber, they just finished building some pizza ovens in their backyard. This is back in 2007, 8. Kenny built the first one, and I'm all, gosh, I want one. So I started researching, and then this wood fire mobile oven popped up on a Craigslist ad from upstate New York.
Good old Craigslist.
And I had no money. Guy wanted like $15,000 for it, and I called him up, and we started talking for a week or so, and then I was this is right before the market crash in 2008.
Oh,
Yeah, right at the end in that December. And that's when they're just giving money away for refinancing. So I quickly signed a piece of paper and got approved for refinance. And but the money wasn't there yet. And so Pete Torres, he took me down to his bank and got about 15 grand out of his checking account and gave it to me, cash.
Wow.
So I sent a cashier's check to a Craigslist ad, upstate New York, not even seeing this thing. One picture I had was in the snow.
Everything you're not supposed to do.
it's like
Yeah, and I sent it, and I go, God, I hope you have that, because that's all I had. But it had no name. I was just buying an oven, like buying a barbecue at Home Depot, and what are you going to do with it? You know, so
yeah.
it came the day I got a colonoscopy, so that was interesting.
Memorable day for
Memorable
you.
day. I'm like, well, it can only go one direction here.
I'm telling you, that's not a sign from God.
Yeah.
I am absolutely sure that's not.
Yeah. Well, a friend of mine, ours passed, a young guy with colon cancer. And so he wanted to have everybody get checked.
Yeah.
So just so happened that was the day.
Yeah.
And they dropped the oven off, and it was just this stupid oven sitting there. And no one's ever heard of a wood fire mobile unit. Mm-hmm. There was one guy down in Sac that had one. Anyway, just had a pizza party, a Super Bowl party, and everybody brought dough, and we had a big party, and it's a big hit, and just farmer's market like Kelly's doing now, and just working it, you know. So transitioned out of the Racket Club after about 2 years. I used the Racket Club as guinea pigs, or the members. I had a lot of parties
Pizza
there.
party, a lot
Part of my
pizza
job
parties.
was the events.
Try this.
Yeah.
I did a lot of events at the Racket Club, a lot of cooking, that's where I kind of cut my teeth on cooking. And I just have a weird knack of not having any fear of cooking for a lot of people. You know, I always feel I can pull it off.
Yeah. I could do anything.
do
I got
it.
this.
I
Fake
can
it till
do
you make it. I'll just wing it.
We're
Yes.
bringing a slice of pizza to everybody in Yuba City and Marysville. I'm in.
I'm in. I'll do it.
I can't do that within an hour.
Yeah,
but
but
if you give me a
eventually.
little more time.
Yes. One night, quick story, lobster night, I had a hookup for the guy's son that worked in Maine, Massachusetts, and he was going to ship out like 60 lobsters. Friday morning, get here in the afternoon, and we did a big Friday night dinner, tennis dinner. You play tennis for 2 hours and then cook, and everybody comes upstairs. For probably 75 people. And this is before internet and cell phones or anything, right? So everything was on the call that Thursday. Everything's lined up. Had everything going. Get a call from his dad, like at 9 in the morning. He forgot. He slept in or something. He forgot to load it. So now I have all these people coming, and I don't find out about this until. So I start getting on the phone, start calling. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell my manager. I didn't tell anybody. I was just like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So I called Red Lobster up in Chico, and he gave me a number with the guy in Sacramento, and talked to this guy on the phone for a few minutes, and he's like, you know what? He goes, I got a shipment coming today. He goes, what'd you pay for these lobsters? It's like $8 a piece. He goes, oh, shit. Mm-hmm. Can I say shit here? Okay.
Too late. You're in.
So he.
No, this is on YouTube.
Yeah.
You're safe.
He goes, well, I can give you $10 a piece. So I sent the guy down, and people are playing. So everybody's coming for dinner. I don't have these lobsters.
Yeah.
And they get at 6 o'clock. It's dinner. Lobsters don't show up until like 7 p.m. Mm-hmm. I still don't tell anybody. We had the pots boiling, everything.
Yeah.
I sent my guy like at 3 in the afternoon to go get him. I haven't heard from him in like 3 hours, so I don't even know what's going on because you can't text him or anything, right?
Yeah.
So I just wait. And he pulls up with all the lobster. No one knew until afterwards. I'm like,
How many lobsters was it?
I was like 70. But
Wow.
I had my grandma's big pot, like 64 gallons, poor thing was bubbling.
Start throwing
Them
lobsters in.
Yeah. But that's, that's this example of, from our many years doing the piggy roast, doing the tennis tournaments, we had hundreds of people back there. And We would smoke turkey or pigs. The first year we ran out. Then we had to run and get steaks just to feed everybody. And then each year it got bigger and bigger. And but I think our biggest piggy roast was 5 pigs. And we would dress them inside prepare them inside the racquetball courts at the time.
Whoa.
Yeah. So we have all these big pigs on blue tarps in the racquetball courts. And this one little girl, she's probably about 8, and she wanted to go check out a racquetball court. So we obviously forgot to tell the front desk that the courts are being used for pig prep.
Yeah.
The little girl comes walking back up. She goes, there's like 4 dead pigs in the racquetball court? I was like, oh, they're just playing cutthroat. That was pretty funny. Thank God she didn't freak out.
I'd have put a paddle in their hand in there between their
Go get them, right? Yeah.
And, they're just tired.
Yeah. Long day.
But we had some great times back then. Lifelong friends, just amazing. So that's another family aspect of small town.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, I was out at Yuba County Airport, and Kevin, who has Dancing Tomato, right? He has a wood fire pizza thing. So I was out there doing interviews and that, and somebody said, have you ever had wood-fired pizza, right? And I was like, well, no, is it different? And it is. I mean, it's definitely a different taste. Sure. And so, I had it. So, and then it was like, well, then he quit using that oven.
Yeah.
Right.
So I had the first one, and they came in because they had their restaurant in Davis.
Yes.
Also.
Yeah.
So they used that down there pretty much. And when I had mine, and then he loved it, and Kevin and they've been amazing. Sure. Yeah. Ever since when I was director at the Rack Club, I started the Yuba Sutter Taste of Yuba Sutter during the Challenger Series. So we had 500 people back there. 20-something restaurants, and Kevin and Char, they're always there with their little truck.
They're such good people,
Such good people, yeah. And we collaborated on his oven's awesome. But yeah, it's definitely a niche.
So, Jim, how does that? Why is the wood fire different? What makes
it's
that?
It's a sexy. Sexy. Fire sexy. Fire sexy. You
heard it here.
Yeah. It's sexy. So
it works for me. That's it.
Isn't it sexy as a salmon-colored hat?
I didn't see it right. But, hey, Patty, let's go get some sexy pizza.
Yeah,
sexy mama pizza.
But it seemed like it tasted.
Well, your heat source is either coal, wood, gas, electric. Those 4 heat sources right there, or nuclear.
We try not to cook with that
one. Right.
Nuclear fire.
We stay away from that one. Many, it's so hard to taste because smoke. There's no smoke in there.
Yeah.
First of all, it's a high heat. Smoke only comes from low heat when you're smoking something, or when you're putting a fire out, starting it from out, or keep it real low heat. So we cook at 800 plus degrees, so there's no smoke in there. So it's a rebound effect from the walls and the floor, that radiant heat that goes on. The fire, what it does, it's sexy, and it allows you to put that pizza in there and singe it up and that kind of stuff. So it doesn't really impart flavor. If you're smoking a pork butt or something like that at low 200, 225, and you're throwing in your apple wood and getting it wet in there and getting that smell in there. So misconception is, in California Pizza Company, had their restaurants, and they've done many. They started out wood fire, and they switched to gas. If you go to any of their restaurants now, it's all gas.
It's the heat, right?
It's the radiant heat. It doesn't matter what your heat. So as long as you have a stone deck. See, most of these chain stores now, I won't mention their names, but they're typically your impinger style ovens. That's on the conveyor belt.
Yes.
They just throw it on there, and it goes through an air process, like a hair dryer, and heat lamps. So that's what you get. So it's a different crust, but it's they're cranking out hundreds of pizzas a day. So it's hard for them to keep up that
I was going
way.
to say, so are you, though. The boys and I have come to some of the events that you put on, and you're cranking out hundreds of pizzas.
Yeah, so the wood fire oven, so I can crank out when my Wednesday nights. I bring the oven out. I use on Wednesday nights.
Now, is this the same oven you bought off Craigslist? You still have that?
I still have it. That one, I'm on my third oven now, so I have 2 going right now. And the original one is parked right now. The dome did kind of collapse in on the backside.
Oh.
They do take a beating, yeah.
Oh,
so
that much heat.
Well, and you're moving them. They're mobile.
Mobile, yeah.
So you're moving them around. You're driving with them.
I just went down to Concord, 2-hour drive on Saturday. And I'm just like, it's...
Yeah.
The highways are nice. Small towns, roads, not so nice.
Yeah.
So, it's always an issue. If I travel somewhere, I really have to contemplate, the value of if it's worth it or not.
The
So
trade-off
your
for it.
business is not technically local.
It is.
It does
100%.
both.
Oh, yeah.
So you have the local business,
Yes.
but you can actually, because you have mobile ovens,
Correct.
You
I
can literally
I
go
go to
anywhere.
Roseville a lot, and so I could do something. It's just, it has to be worth it. I mean, you got to move staff, people. And
Oh.
I'm always conscious of who's with me. If it's I don't like my younger staffs going out of town and stuff like that. The teenager kids. And well, I mean, for safety reasons.
Yeah, no.
Just traveling.
You're responsible for
Yeah,
them.
a lot of things you're responsible.
It's
for.
not
So
like they're
have
going to go to
really-
sleep underneath it.
Right. Yeah.
It's
Maybe.
warm. It's
It's warm.
So you have your brick and mortar is inside
Yeah,
New Earth.
yeah.
It's inside New Earth Market.
And when did that open? When did you
So
open in there?
locally, I'm part owners in the investment owners in the market as well. So our first 2 years at the market, it was rough going for us. I don't know if this area is really ready for what we had. A natural food, a big natural food store, not just a little small one. And sales are tight and whatnot. So I already had my oven, so I said, hey, I'll just start bringing it out here on Monday night. So we started doing Monday night pizzas, wood fire oven, and picture came up the other day, and we ran it every Monday night in the wintertime, summertime, rain would be underneath the overhang. And just got a great following, started doing take and bakes, and where the pizza bar is now inside the New Earth Market in the beer and wine section. That used to be a cheese case, and they already kind of built it out for a commercial cheese prep.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't fly in this town, the big old 25-foot cheese case.
Not enough cheese selling.
There wasn't enough cheese going on there.
grilled
Unless
cheese.
it's on a pizza.
Yeah. So then the door opened, like, okay, am I going to make the jump?
Yeah.
Going from tennis director with a paycheck to cold turkey.
Oh, that was huge.
Yeah.
A huge.
Oh,
Oh,
it's-
I see. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that's how you did that.
Yeah, it's a big mind bend.
You went both feet.
Um,
Yeah. Or head first, either way.
Yeah, so it's many people I talk to, Callie included, and entrepreneurship and stuff is, it's an amazing journey when you reflect back on it.
but when you're in it,
When you're in
Yeah.
it, you're to pay your mortgage and your car payments and on something that,
Yeah.
it's how typical people are, guys. I can do that. Go for it. Get on it. Get on that horse. Go for it.
Let me know how it turns out for you.
Well, and go do it. God bless you. Do it.
Yeah.
I love entrepreneurs in anything. I believe in widgets, meaning whatever you have, that's your widget. Yours
Yeah.
is sourdough now, and mine's pizza. And I've learned to pivot and to create new avenues of income from my new steakhouse concept.
I was just
Chop
going to
House,
say,
and-
yeah, that's just a super cool concept.
yeah, and my catering is all over the place, from barbecue to, from meats, and specialize in grilled veggies, and a lot of really healthy cooking, live. We're interesting, I believe, and we really level up an event.
Because they would
don't-
fire cook everything. So,
Everything, yeah.
he'll have steaks. If you have a wedding, there'll be, some appetizers and then steaks and veggies, and your Brussels sprouts are like if not world renowned, locally renowned, because they're like just everything is top notch and tries to be as close to homemade. Like you make the sausage for your pizzas, and there's
That's
just
I always say I don't know what other people do. I just know what I do.
Yeah.
I want everyone to do well. Every Mexican restaurant, Chinese restaurant, whatever. Just because I love going out to dinner. And you always want everybody to do well.
When I got into this, it was that entrepreneurial, hey, you got a chance to have a radio station. I was on talk radio. And actually, there was a little gal that worked at New Earth when it first happened. And one of the gals, I think she was a bookkeeper. I think that one of the owners' name was Kevin.
Kevin Kelly.
Yes. And so I met her because she had her kids at Mother Goose. And then she introduced me to this little gal that was doing the marketing. And I was on talk radio at the time. So she literally talked me into doing live radio at the New Earth several weekends.
Nice.
And, well, we had a blast. It was a lot of fun, invited people in. And but then one day the opportunity came to have an LPFM, and I thought, well,
do it.
Might as well.
Let's do it. Now we got a podcast room. I got a TV studio downstairs that Cassidy has his sports show down there that goes on Fox 40.
Yeah.
Right here in our little town, right?
So cool.
I just love
crazy?
And
that's your widget.
That's my widget.
You believe in whatever you sell. It doesn't matter what it is. If people buy you, the person, and then the product. I find that successful entrepreneurs really believe in what their product is and what they do. And people are excited about that.
Yeah. If I didn't think this was important, I wouldn't get up as early as I do to be. I can guarantee that wouldn't be happy, right?
There'd be more sleeping in.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, so you tell us how 4G. I don't know if you even know that Jim's tied into 4G.
Yes,
and
I do. Well,
how did that come about locally?
Yeah, so, I don't know if it's the right word, tied into it. So 4G is through Jerry Handy and his foundation, the For God Foundation. That's what it stands for. Mine is called Slice of Respect. And that was just my own thing. I'm not legitimately called a nonprofit. It's just what I do. I just don't have time for meetings and paperwork. And
buddy.
I'm a trench guy. I'd rather just go do it and not have to worry about anybody else. Because I find a lot of times you have to roll and do things. And Jerry and I are pretty much, his is a legit nonprofit, but he's also, let's do it.
Yeah.
We became friends, basically starting with the Shasta fire up in Redding, and then the campfire happened right after that.
Yeah.
And we're just doing our own thing, and then we just kind of got together and started just doing things, and the Slice of Respect program came from my way of just giving back. Started out as I did my first one at the Yuba City Police Department after the Dallas Police Department got sniped and a few of them got killed like 10 years ago or so. So I showed up at 4 a.m. in front and started doing pizzas, and people just started showing up and helping. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of police officers came rolling in all over. And then that was kind of the first one. And I didn't want to be tied into just one aspect of it. So there's a lot of people in this town that things that happen, it's turned into it's not for everybody. Like everything, you can't be for everybody.
Yeah.
So so basically, in a nutshell, we put pizzas together. We have volunteers that come in to help make pizzas, and then we sell them in donation. Excuse me. And we've raised a lot of money for a lot of people.
I actually,
and all that money goes straight to the whoever.
Yeah. Well, normally you have somebody that donates, right, for like the pizzas, like the ingredients. Somebody will donate, enough
Hopefully,
to cover it. Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. There's been a couple times of Kevin's like, we're still short on donation.
Yeah. So and it doesn't take much.
Yeah.
So, but you find out that my thing used to be like I don't have much, but I have an oven. So the oven can really attract a lot of people because people want to help.
Yeah.
Anytime you go to an event, people are really want to help.
Yeah.
And this gives everybody something to do to help, whatever the goal is.
Yeah.
You know, so people need jobs to feel part of the team, you know, and then that attracts other people, and sometimes we do some, you know, a lot of times, unfortunately, it's a tragic accident or something like that, out of the blue, and sometimes they happen really one after another, and you're like, what is going on here, you know, and so it can be daunting sometimes, and typically it's the group of whoever individual it is, they put together their team to provide I'll provide the stage, make it happen, and then I need the cast of characters to help it work out. And and then typically Jerry and I big events, we'll roll together. He'll do his tri-tips, and I'll do the pizza and play some music and hopefully raise some money for people.
That's how I actually met you the first time. It was Virgil Atkins asked me to play, and it was right in front of New Earth.
Yeah,
and that's when I met. And I wish I could remember this guy's name. I'd like to give him credit. He's an older guitar player, lead guitar player. My gosh, this brother stood up there. I don't care what I played. He just rocked it. He said, I guess his son plays too. I've seen him around. But it was an event where you were doing something to raise money. And so I guess that's why I didn't make the connection. I knew there was a pizza place in New Earth, right? And then I knew you did the traveling. And then later I heard, you called it a slice of respect as a fundraiser. And then which really opened the opportunity to do that for anybody, anywhere, right? Because it's mobile. Right. And so, through Virgil, that's how I first heard about it, I mean, this is one of the most incredible communities, giving. Sure. I mean, everybody. If there's a need, people just show up.
Yeah. I think it's true with so many small towns. Everybody has a me, everybody has a Kelly, everybody has, and, small towns, that's what makes a small town.
Yeah.
And even within the big towns, there's always something. But we definitely have a special group here that drop of a hat, people, they want to help,
Yeah.
You want to help. So
well, and like you were talking about, you and Jerry going up to the campfire and that, it's like it's not just our community. If there's a need, the people from here will go to another area to help them. And I just think there's something about this that I'm always trying to promote it, right? I don't care what it is. If I get it, most of our morning interviews are already booked, right? So I started this so we can do more and longer so people get to know them, right? This is who this person is, right? So don't call him Guppy. I'm just telling you. You can call him Jim, Jimby, Jimbo.
Not Jimbo.
Kingfisher. Just call him Kingfisher.
My high school friends will love that. Yeah, for sure.
But it's a journey, right? Yes. And then you start connecting with other people on the journey, and pretty soon you start connecting with people that really are going down the same road you are, entrepreneurial, giving, servant-hearted, wanting to help wherever we can. You use the term give back to the community, that you hear that from business owners. And honestly, Jim, I don't think that's heard enough, how many business owners in our area give back to this community. Sure, yeah. It's, it's a lot. And so it's not just, I like individual giving, people give to a cause, but business owners that step out there, so.
Yeah. And unfortunately, like I say, you can't help everybody. And that's
that's true.
You do what you can do it. It's just, and that's just, always like the win-win-win situation when the insurance guy or the whoever else say, hey, who can we help out? And then that helps us to do that, to help. It just gets people involved. No fun doing anything by yourself.
No.
At all.
No.
And you're
No.
good at getting people involved. Like if you show up to
Tom
help
Sawyer,
out.
right? Hug
Yeah.
Garth always tell me, oh, there goes Jim again.
His fence
But I look
painting
at-
is
but-
so fun.
but-
Here, try
yeah.
it.
But I look at it as to get people together, you
Yeah.
know, for sure. That's my excitement is
Yeah.
you know, pool. You know, that's been my knack, I think.
Yeah.
You know, so
Bringing
so
people
far,
together. No,
Yeah.
you're good at it.
Yeah.
And there will always be music if Jim King is around. So he's always
always
got, he's
Yeah, if you
always
don't
got
like
his
it,
stereo.
play your own music. Here's the Bluetooth. You go for it.
Yeah.
Take over.
My boys
Yeah.
are still looking forward to the day. You know, last event we did, they were upgraded to actually being able to rotate
That's right.
pizzas.
Yeah.
So, but still, like I can cut the pizzas. They have not been allowed to yet. So Caden's like, one of these times,
these
Mom.
days.
Yeah, one of these times I'm gonna be able to cut the pizza. I'm like, Jim King does not just let anybody cut
That's right.
pizza. Ask him. Yeah.
Get away from the knife.
yeah, that you can lose fingers.
Yeah, it's always great to put the pizza pill in the kid's hand, let them cook the pizzas, you
Yeah.
know, and they're just like, you know,
The
pretty
best.
cool.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's a serious job because they burn fast.
Yeah,
Speaking from
I burn
experience,
pizzas all the time. I burn,
better the pizza than your hand because I've seen that happen.
yes, right?
Yeah.
Always, yeah. And I cuss a lot. It just comes out. It's Hell's Kitchen, yeah.
If he burns himself, it's over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
This pizza has been thoroughly cussed over.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good pizza right
Yeah.
there.
I love going to that one.
Yeah.
I called that pizza things it can't possibly be.
Yeah.
It's like, so I was like kidding before we came on, and I said something about, did you have multiple locations? Has that ever at all been on Jim King's mind that
Yeah, so
maybe
I
I could
actually opened-
franchise or?
Well, it's yes and no. I did open up in Chico through New York Market, and it was just too much.
Ah,
It was just too much. It's just, there's a certain point in life, like, what are you looking for? You know, and the moment was in washing your face, waking up, looking in the mirror, all of a sudden you're like, what am I doing? I'm literally killing myself every day, back and forth.
Driving.
You know,
Yeah.
so it takes when the fun's out for me, and then and the connections, then you just find yourself driving 99 every other day, or sometimes twice a day because you got to put out fires and whatnot. Then with catering and blah blah. So yeah, friend, I don't know. I'm always just kind of not greedy. I just do my thing, and
if it pays the bills. I like doing
there's
what
a
I
difference.
like
No,
to
I
do.
mean, it needs to be profitable.
Yeah.
It's okay to say that. It's okay to kick ass and do your thing and be profitable, and so you can help give back and stuff. Being busy is not what I'm interested in. You can be busy doing nothing, you know. So, it's part of being an entrepreneur. You have to be profitable. You have to pay the bills. You have to.
Yeah, we're a nonprofit, but I tell people that doesn't mean I don't want to make one.
Yeah.
I'm a
100%.
nonprofit, but that's not. We're not making.
Yeah.
You got to make a profit, or you can't give back. You can't do anything. But I like the idea of doing the part I like to do, and so I started on air, right, playing music at a talk radio station. And so I came over here for a while. Well, I had cancer of my vocal cords, and so for a while I was out, but I was just doing the business. And honest, Jim, it's like I don't want to do this.
Yeah,
it's not fun anymore. So I ended up back on air, and I'm like, although I don't like getting up early, I'm back doing the part I like, right?
Yeah.
The fun stuff.
And so if that's not in there, pretty soon you go,
why?
Yeah.
And as you transition into your life, and it's just like the experiences are where it's at, for sure.
So what's the latest that you've been doing?
So I started Rolling Stone Chop House, Steakhouse. So we put this beautiful big table inside the New Earth Market next to my pizza bar. We can seat 12, and I can expand that to 20. The most I've had in there was 44 people cooking steaks.
Wow.
So our meat department at the market, I ordered the steaks through the market. and custom cut. And last night I had 12 for dinner. I'm already sold out for next week and booking the following week. Mondays I call my random nights, if you're randomly, date night and whatnot. So we put people together family style. I do all the cooking live, wood cussing sometimes.
Depending on itself.
Fun cussing.
So obviously the food is not the reason, right?
Right.
It can be anything. You cook broccoli and then...
Yeah, people are coming for the entertainment.
So the steakhouse is, I've always wanted to do like a steak. As a little kid, I always remember going to steakhouses and stuff, and pizza places. And the owner was always the fun person, and people so that's kind of how I always envisioned myself to be that.
So the steakhouse is new?
Pretty much, yeah. I cook the steaks right in front of people on a cast iron.
Wow.
With a bunch of grilled veggies, family style. We do like a 6-course meal. Or do what's called chop house, which where I pick everything. Do 4 meats from pork, shrimp, tri-tip, chicken, plus all your sides. So that's all family style.
Wow.
It's just a really cool environment. We set up just like you go to a restaurant and big old table and wine glasses, and you pick your own drinks through the market.
No, that's not every night. So
no.
How do you work that?
That's been on Monday nights for randoms, or you can book me through your own private party.
Oh.
Yeah. And then we can also go after hours in the market, but that has to be set up, and that's extra cost for that as well. But you have the whole area to yourselves, put the music up loud, and we have New York Market sells the beer and wine, adult drinks. It's just a very unique atmosphere.
Yeah.
Which I'm real proud of. I call it the Yuba City thing. And it's just a really cool vibe inside there.
I'm going to have to come try it.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's going to do that.
What's that?
He's not catching shrimp in his hat. I mean, not that I've seen.
Oh, what are you doing over there?
Yeah, he's your new assistant. Find a spot for him. Oh, yeah, it's that time.
So, I want to thank you for coming on.
We'll get a mug? Get a tank?
I didn't have with Kingfish. You're going to have to
I can write that in.
write King on there.
Yeah,
but
thank you.
Jim,
Appreciate
thanks so much for coming on. And we'll have to get a little bit more information out. And so send me something that says, hey, this is how you get into the steak house and how to do that. And
Rolling Stone Steakhouse, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be able to.
Butcher for concept. Yeah, it's really cool.
And now I'm more accurate on where Rolling Stone is.
Yes.
Even though it's rolling, it does have its own location.
You have learned so much today.
I have.
Yeah. See?
I have. I can't believe my education's been so seriously neglected.
Right.
I would have never guessed tennis. I'm still. It's like tennis. But man, once you get into
pretty good.
Yeah.
Flying all over the place. Yeah. Tennis is, Grandpa started me with that. And tennis has actually been what saved me through a lot of things.
Sometimes it takes that.
Yeah. Any sport, any kid that has that sport, there's a difference between a lot.
Yeah, baseball kept me out of jail.
Yeah. For sure. You have a commitment to something.
That's it. And coaches, I don't care what anybody says, coaches are good at keeping you on track.
Oh, you can, you can never break me as a kid. I always tell my kids that you can bend me, you just can't break me, because I was that kid. I pushed my teachers, and so whatever they did, I was nothing. I just started laughing at them. That's all you got? You didn't burn the car? Yeah.
So our time is up.
Yes.
I'm getting the signal from Kurt 5 minutes ago.
Kurt's going to give us the hook.
Yeah. Next is going to be...
You're just going to turn off the lights.
It's going to go to black.
Yeah.
There'll be nothing in here.
I got to go cook some pizzas.
Yeah, you're going to go cook pizzas.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, friend.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's awesome. It's fun.
Yeah. And that's always, I feel like now everybody knows Jim a little better. And that's my goal is these are real people. It's not just a business owner. These are, are not just whatever, right? And that's been my goal, both with the radio station, the interviews, and now doing this. All this is longer. But I could see we could have gone another 30 minutes with you easily.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff.
There's stories.
Yeah, there's stories. Like he was like letting a little leak out, right? And it's like we could have got more. So might have to have you back.
Yeah, for sure.
But when we go mobile, we'll do a cooking show.
Oh, we can do mobile.
Cooking show at the
We can
pizza
get
bar.
it up here.
Yeah,
Right.
to haul it up. You saw those stairs. I was just pretending I wasn't out of breath.
Right? Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, we moved all our cameras, lighting, and everything to the Happy Viking to shoot a
I saw
live
that,
show
yes.
for John. It's very pricey because it's a lot of work. But man, the quality was amazing. These guys know what they're doing. Not me. I just
Right. Oh, I saw that. That was great.
Yeah.
Just to make anything happen is so much work to make anything happen.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have figured that. I'd have like, get a Kodak Instamatic, right? A couple of pictures. We were live.
Sending out Polaroids after. Okay, do your closeout before Kurt hauls you out.
Okay. All right. Hey, listen, I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to specifically thank Jim. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Thank you, Kurt. I want to thank.
Oh, there's cameras here?
So I want to thank everybody.
Yeah, just go around to all of them. You'll hit the right one
I'll
eventually.
get one eventually, right?
Well, you don't stay at home. There's 4 cameras here.
It's confusing.
My recommendation is Jim King. Just what a great guy, has a heart for the community, and at the same time, he is a businessman and an entrepreneur. And so I'm going to recommend. I'm going to go because I've never had pizza there. I know.
Wow. I'm out of here.
Blasphemy.
We're out of here.
Take this mug back.
Giving the cup back here. But I'm going to go have the pizza. Want to go with me?
Yeah, I'll go with you.
So we'll go eat pizza, and then I am going to find out about the steak. So if you want more information about that,
good.
we'll make sure that's available. But the easiest way is just go to New Earth Market, walk in and say, Kingfish! Do not yell guppy. Nobody's answering.
He's not answering.
We'll be right back. Thanks for watching.
All right. Thanks, you guys.
93Q Radio was an opportunity for what's called an LPFM to give the community a voice.
The big part of what's happening here is it's us. It's the community of us.
The work that Mr. Fischetti has done with us to promote public education has been absolutely groundbreaking.
They have the pulse of our community from the nonprofits to the local governments. If you want to find out what's happening in our community, get on board with 93Q.
And 93Q does so much to help our community, helps us promote our local events, as well as local businesses, and tell our story about what we do here in Yuba Sutter.
The folks that work here, they're part of our community, so they understand our needs, and that's important.
Local radio is so important during times of emergency. They're there. We lean on them to provide information to our public.
My wife and I are glad to support 93Q. We're going to do it on a monthly basis, but I really recommend that if you want to make your community better, this is a great place to take a first step right here.
So if you can, reach deep in your pocket and give to 93Q.
93Q is a great partner for law enforcement, and they're a great partner for the Yuba Sutter area.
We're really asking people if you can give $10, $15, $20 a month, and then that enables us to continue to put small business spots on the air, nonprofits, organizations that are they're using every dollar they got just to operate, and they don't have extra money to spend on really promoting their cause. And that is why community radio, to me, I'm grateful to be part of it, and that's why it's important. All right, we're back. That was just a fun interview with Jim. Never would have guessed that he was a tennis pro.
Although he did play football, but tennis.
Yeah, he did play football, but he really has a love for tennis.
And he's a big boy.
Yeah. And so, but I didn't know. I just didn't know Jim King.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I knew of him. I knew that he was involved with the fires and doing benevolent stuff. And I knew about Slice of Respect, but I never knew exactly how that transpired.
Yeah.
And I definitely didn't know. I can see he is a San Diego boy. As much as he's settled here, he has definitely got that SD going on.
Oh yeah,
you know?
he's got the San Diego vibe.
Yeah.
Very much.
So how did you meet him?
I met Jim
Not
King.
to mention you're making pizza. So
Yeah, so I think I showed up at some event that he was asking for volunteers for, because he does a lot. And so I showed up with the kids, and we were like, what do you need help with? So he still goes out to Beale and cooks for some of the airmen out there.
Oh, that's cool.
So we've done that a couple times out on base, and we've done the Silkies run in Sacramento. He cooks for that, and it's all about mental health and men and women running in their Silkies.
Running in what?
The Silkies, which is like their workout gear.
Oh,
It's called Silkies. I didn't know either. I was like, are people running in underwear? What is happening here? I was like, I'm in either way, but I just want to know.
Isn't that what they call the little cart behind the horse? A
Yeah,
silky
a
race?
silky.
Like they're running in silkies.
Yeah.
It's like
No, like chariots.
Chariots.
So we just, he puts a call out for volunteers. We've done a lot of, quite a few of the Slice of Respect, which locally is usually when someone passes tragically and suddenly. And we lost one of our neighbor kids, Jaden, and this last year. And you probably remember him, there was 3 very young, unexpected deaths in a row in our community. And so we were out at New Earth in the parking lot, had a big event for that. That's where my boys got to actually cook pizzas for the first time. Because, they'd been taking orders and delivering pizzas, but they hadn't actually gotten to cook. So, yeah, I've just known Jim King through that and, different circles. He just has a really neat story, like came here knowing nobody and has just built this amazing community. I doubt there's anybody he doesn't know at this point in town or that doesn't know him. So, yeah, just a neat guy.
Well, it's really funny. He was talking about coming right out of basic training and then going to his first assignment. And he went to tech school. So for me, it was kind of similar. But I went to the Philippines. And I did my entire time overseas. But that feeling of, man, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
I don't care if you got out of basic and went to tech school. You still haven't been in that long.
Yeah.
And there is that, oh my gosh, right? And then you don't have any stripes, so you ain't got any money, right? And
low man on the totem pole.
You can't even buy friends, right? And then to come up here and think, he cracked me up when he said, oh, he's looking at, you said like a paper map,
paper
right?
map,
and he's like, I'm going to be in the foothills. And then he gets here, and I'm telling you, Beale is like
as flat as can be,
and dry, brown,
it's especially come in the middle of summer. He's probably thinking, what did I get myself into?
Yeah. And then he was here the whole time, other than the TDY, because Beale is known for that, because if you like the SR-71 or the U-2 or whatever, and he worked on tankers, and I walked around those planes.
Yeah.
My job was, I didn't work on them. I walked around, counted rivets on a B-52 wing. Oh, yeah, that's exciting. And so anyway, it was really good to meet him.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good, and I love the whole steak thing.
Yeah.
Oh, who doesn't love a good steak?
Well, and he has like pivoted really well with like COVID and all the, as an entrepreneur and business owner, he has been like, okay. And he's good at entertaining when he cooks. And so, he loves that like whole crowd engagement, and the steakhouse, chop house is perfect for him. You get to go in, pick your steak from New Earth. You get to go over to the butcher counter and, pick a steak. And then he's cooking local veggies. And it's amazing. And his food is top notch.
So, man, we're running out of time.
Listen, Kurt, we're busy over here.
Yeah, but
we're trying to do a show. I'm just kidding. Wait, sit back down. We love you.
He's just ticked because he doesn't have a salmon hat.
Yeah, exactly. Fine, we'll get you one, Kurt. Jeez.
Yeah. So anyway, great guest. Really thankfully came in. I want to encourage people to go check out
Yeah.
Rolling Stone Pizza.
Yep, in
It's
Newark.
in Newark, so it's
Yeah.
easy to find.
And he does take and bake. So if you are like, I'm in a hurry, I don't want to hang out for a pizza, although they cook them to order really fast because it's just a wood fire, But he does take and bakes, and so you can always take them home. And he's got some really neat. He didn't even talk about him. He's got the like Jimmy El Rey, which is like an elote based, so it's like Mexican corn pizza.
Oh.
Super interesting, delicious. He he just has all of his names are super fun. He's got like a Cali girl. He's got just
Does he have any sourdough pizza bread?
There might be sourdough in the works. Maybe.
I'm thinking.
Maybe.
That's a lot better than sourdough top ramen. I'm thinking
I think
pizza
if
sourdough
we're doing one,
way up on the list.
because we do pizza nights at home. It's the only night I cheat on Jim King's pizza is if I'm making sourdough pizza at home.
Oh.
So, yeah. Otherwise, we'd love.
Do we know who's
Rolling
going to be in next? We don't. I have an idea.
If we did, we wouldn't tell.
I have an idea. This could be a really interesting interview. I will say this much. I have talked to them. It's a father and daughter who are really into... okay, that's it. I'm not saying
I already
anything.
know. You didn't even tell me any more clues. I already know who it is.
I wanted to.
I already know.
So listen, we're very grateful for you guys coming on. I hope that you feel, Jim King a little better. I feel like I do. I also feel like we could have spent another hour with him easily.
Easy. I think
we didn't
we'd-
even get to go.
Yeah. I think we take it mobile and go visit him and have a chop house. I'm just saying, have him cook.
Kurt will go. He
Yeah,
likes steak.
Kurt's in.
Kurt's in. He'll bring his whole family. so anyway, I hope that happened for you. Again, leave a comment in the comment section for Kelly. And hit the
for Minnow.
subscribe button, because I found out that if you subscribe to this, what happens is you'll never miss an episode.
Oh, cool.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know either.
Yeah.
I'm
So
learning.
I hope that's true. So they hit it, nothing.
It is now.
But it's
You said
supposed to. So anyway, and then you can do that. And if you'd like, if there's somebody that you're thinking, wow, I'd really like to throw them in the tank, with fish
See
and
if they
minnow.
can swim.
Yeah, it would be interesting. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. We appreciate it. And until next time, keep swimming.